Yo, welcome back to another match. On the play against Emerald Dream. Opening hand has no fast mana. It's pretty interactive, but doesn't really have any kind of line of sight of how I'm going to ever get to this Sundering Titan. We can take him off. This hand is heaps more exciting. We'll get. I think turn one I want to go Patchwork, Soul Ring, Chalice, and then put the Opal on the bottom. Opponent's on a multi 5 currently. And then turn 2 we'll have the view of playing plating, equipping, and potentially dismembering something. So very, very powerful opening hand we've got here. It's probably a turn 4 kill. Has potential to produce a turn 3 if we draw something that produces a lot of artifacts, or maybe like a Nettlecyst. And it's very interactive, so it's very, very nice hand here. So I'll have, okay. This is why you play bots. If you draw a decent or a good hand, you're basically playing a non-game. Okay, they've concealed information. From memory, they played walks. Check my notes. Yeah, they play walks. Sideboarding against walks is probably the trickiest deck in the format because the walks deck it's really good. It's got kind of 3 really good, distinct, different game plans. It's got like a Omnath mid-range game plan, the Spellseeker, Ephemerate, Eternal Witness, Walk game plan, and it's also got the Nadu, Oracle, and Claw plan. And kind of all these cards can cover one of those game plans. Some of them can cover 2, but very few of them can cover all the different game plans that the Walks deck is trying to put together. Let's just start cutting stuff for starters. I could pretty much make an argument for every card in my sideboard except for the 2 Khan targets. These 11 are kind of all have merit, which is a pretty crazy thing to say. Let's do the All Is Dust and the Ugin. I think it's good against all 3 of the game plans I kind of mentioned earlier. Removal's good. Let's not go too crazy on the block pieces. Torpord's good. So these 3, cut Colourless, Devourer, Crawler, and one more. Let's do Traxler. It's an interesting opener. Relic, Misstep are pretty good to cover a lot of what they could be doing. I think I'm going to keep. I'm going to play the Gemstone. I think I'm going to drop the Torpor Orb. My thought process here is that Torpor Orb's best against the Spellseeker Eternal Witness game plan, and that game plan is covered by the Ephemerate is covered by the Misstep, and the Relic covers the Ewit side of things. So let's drop this. I kind of just need the velocity off the bauble to try and find something to do. So that's my reasoning so far. Let's see what the bauble has my top card looking like. It hurts. Given that's my top card, I'm probably just gonna play the Relic with the plan to crack it. I think this is worth misstepping. There's some argument to here to cracking the Relic before the Brainstorm hits the bin, so the Hearth has more food. I think they're pretty good at playing fetches and surveilling and just casting spells. The Hearth is going to have plenty of food. So just minimizing what's in their graveyard is probably going to be more beneficial. This is one of the issues with siding in so many different pieces is that you can have hands that would, like in this spot I really would like to get a threat going or some kind of card advantage, but we've just got a lot of artifacts that kind of cover one part of their combo, but it's not necessarily where I want to be. I think I'd rather just play a threat, but that's not. We are pretty insulated against both combos with the board presence we have now, but then the next dynamic that you need to consider in this matchup is if they Brotherhood's Enemy or Seeds of Innocence, then we're back to square one. Or if you just play an on-math and I'd be behind. Okay. I think I want to play the Thought Knot. If they do have a like a Brotherhood's End or something that they've kind of sandbagged because they're not under any pressure, then I can nab that to insulate myself from ever really getting comboed. We'll see what they've got. Also a good chance this gets swords, which is some argument to play the Mystic Forge here. Like, it's very likely they do have removal. Okay, they do indeed. Guess I'm glad I played the Thought Knot in this case anyway. I think it's pretty awkward. I think I need to take the binding. I can't really let him take my one piece of pressure. Take binding, but Yeah, not a great spot. Imagine they'll Eladami's call probably for Spellseeker. And then I'm pretty close to dead at that point. It's a good deck. Maybe that's a reason to take the call, but I don't really see. I think it's kind of accepting defeat if you don't take the removal spell there. If they don't hit this land here, they might sandbag the call one more turn. But they have hit a land, so they can play any 3-drop. They choose not to. Maybe they want a bit more information. Yuck. Well, the Slaughter's got its work cut out for it. I'm not optimistic that it's going to be able to hit another 4 times before some kind of combo comes out of my opponent's deck. Thinking of game 3, not really sure how I'll approach it. I think a Devour should come back in. That was just a cut need to make given the time constraints. And Traxos is fine as well. I think most of the cuts I've made are pretty good. I do like this crawler a little bit more on the play. It's an interesting card where it does give your opponent card advantage, but if you're ahead, then it generally favors you because you can usually kill them before they can make great use of the card advantage that you give them. What is this? Something with flash? I'm a bit perplexed by why they're not getting a surveil land. Well, Eldamri's calling and then surveil landing, but maybe they don't have another red surveil land. Not sure what they're going to get, but I don't think there's any wrong answers. They can get a Morlock to kill Thought-Knot. They can get a Spellseeker is an obvious, pretty strong candidate. Omnath would even be pretty tough to beat in this spot. Unfortunately, we've just drawn 4 or 5. I guess we have one of these. We've drawn 3 spells that kind of didn't really work very well with the explosive mana we had. The trouble with City of Traders is that if you can't really get there before the City of Traders goes away from your 3rd or 4th land drop, then you're just kind of stuck with nothing else going on. Maybe that's a reason to be trimming some of these. I might cut like the Forsaken Monument, the Devourer, game 3. I do get the Ephemerate. Pretty much have to draw Dismember here to have a shot. Ugh. I guess we'll force them to use it now, but it doesn't really matter. This one's pretty close to over. These kind of lock pieces are good when you've got pressure to back it up, but yeah, when your hand's just these, they're a bit anemic. They just, especially since the deck mulligans so aggressively, if you just keep a hand that's got a few pieces of fast mana and some lock pieces, it's very hard to also have a card advantage engine or a threat alongside those. I think they can just go Neoform this into Timeless Witness, Ephemerate, Timeless Witness, Time Walk, Ephemerate. Oh. Well, now they've hit the Timeless Witness. That's good. Actually makes their Neoform quite a bit worse. I think they could have just Neoformed this Time Walk Ephemerate. Yeah, I think they already had it. Not that we're actually going to have a chance to, to really beat what they've got going on. They can just put Timeless Witness back of swords, and I don't think I could beat that much. That's the beauty of this Walks deck, it's just got so many angles it can play from, and rarely any of them are that bad. Let's play the Witness. Grab the Time Walk, I take it. Oh, get the Ephemerate, grab the Time Walk. Yep, I'll leave that. Okay, let's be a bit more academic and think through a plan to beat this deck. If there is one. I do have these Trinispheres, Tangle Wire, and Sphere of Resistance, mostly for like Storm, Breach, Historical, like really hard combo decks, but it might be right that I should just side these in and treat the matchup as like a hard combo kind of matchup. It's just so difficult to say what's the right option, because then if you do that, you might just die to a Morlock plus an Omnath, and yeah. Feels like there's no right answers against this deck. But we'll keep trying against it. We'll see what we can come up with. I think Monument's not it. Monument's really good against a lot of mid-range decks, but the +2/+2 is good to increase your clock, but I don't think it's going to be the difference between shaving off a turn or not. Especially because it's 5 mana, do nothing otherwise. Getting heaps of mana is nice, but still leaves you vulnerable to the combo. I don't think it's where I want to be. Maybe the Cityscape's not it either. I think the Crawler's good. I'm okay with cutting Traxos. It's their removal suite's pretty white heavy, so swords, pending, binding are all pretty good at taking care of a Traxos. Maybe it's like this. I don't hate either of these, but I think they're probably the least likely to be what I need right now. Yeah, let's give this a crack. Vandals have a Urzaland plus a Nexus, which is nice. I think it's just a little bit too ordinary. I'd be happy to see this on 6, but I think we're better off high rolling a little bit, trying to find a workshop or a Tolarian. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Let's keep this. Probably don't need both removal spells. Let's just keep the better one. And I'll hold the Opal in case there is a Force of Vigor in hand. So we get again in a spot where we do need to find a threat quickly, but if we do, we'll be very good at deploying it without any trouble. Plenty of mana. I'm going to play the opal now. It means that I can put in the Talon Gates if I need to. I think just using Talon Gates for the ramp might end up being fine. Getting hit. Sure. If I put the Talon Gates in, it doesn't actually ramp me any, since I would, well, on that exact turn, it's not going to ramp me because I'm going to have to spend the Jeweled Amulet mana, so let's just pass. The Mind Stone. I think I want to try and find something here. There's something. Not a bad thing, actually. Evasive action before, that'll get me. Do I just have Nadu? Hope not. I think if they do, I just need to dismember the Nomad. Giving them 4 triggers off the Nadu, it just sounds like... Or killing the Nadu with the dismember means they're going to get at least 4 triggers, and that doesn't sound like a spot that I want to be in. You have to take Teferi or Halfling here. It's Halfling. Not the scariest draws from them, but if they're dawdling and we're dawdling, then I think it favours them. That said, we've drawn a Chalice. I'm leaning towards Chalice on 2. I don't want to put on 3 because Dismember is... I don't want to just brick my own Dismember, and 1 doesn't seem effective given they've already played a few 1-drops. I think there's a lot of 2s I'd be scared of, and stopping Time Warp itself seems fine. Let's chuck it on 2. This could be wrong. 1 might be the best spot if they're just going to start cantripping away. Bricking cantrips could be really good. But I also have more 1s in my deck that I don't want to brick like a Relic as a redraw, or... I'm not sure actually. There's a lot of the ones that I could draw would be just mana, so losing out on those wouldn't be the end of the world. There's an Omnath. Do I want to Talon Gate the Omnath now? Before they have the chance to make a bunch of mana? I think that's fine. We still get to hold up Dismember this way, which is nice. This is as bad if we draw like an Ugin and then it's phased out when we want to be able to kill it, but I think it's a good spot. Okay, it doesn't seem to have a land even. Maybe they are holding it just for the Omnath. Yep. This is exactly what can go wrong. Maybe I'm over sideboarding. Hard to say. Really need to hit like a Sunring Titan or anything big in these 5 turns to clean this one up, but yeah, that's the trouble when you dilute your deck with things that in a lot of ways don't really do anything. It leaves you in a bad spot. I'll pop this here. Okay. Let's do something. Feels like an Nadu. Pirate. How big is it? Unfortunately, a 5/6. I can dismember the Omnath here, but I'm still dead on board to just these 7 power. So I guess I'll just see if I draw an Ugin and try and save the removal spell. If I have another brick, then yeah, I'm dead. Ooh. I did have a force. So given this is going to cut us off of actually 4 mana because of the Tolarian. So, but I guess the logic stays the same. I guess I could draw a removal spell. Yeah, I suppose I. Or just Magical Great Deal. Not a lot of draws we can have here that'll save us. Alright, Ephemerate. Yeah. Oh. I thought they were going to ephemerate the Omnath. Okay, well, that wraps things up a little bit quicker. That's the match. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.